As it is written, the kingdom is within us. Come together and discuss the issues within the kingdom. Speak your peace. Speak the truth. For the kingdom is at hand. Kingdom Conversations.
Shalom, 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 family, shalom, peace and blessings. Peace and blessings to the whole house. Book call you the northern and southern kingdom. I call you the people of the book. I want to see some t-shirts made that say we the book or we the book people. I love saying that. You look at the Bible, you look at everybody who stole our book, they can't say that. And we say it with conviction, we the people of the book. Peace and blessings, fam. It's good to be here with you all. It's been an interesting week, but it's good to be here with the family. I love fellowshipping with the family. I love being with you all on these Wednesday nights. And I want to say all glory and honor and praise due to the one and only the Father. And we thank you, Father, for giving us this opportunity to be with your people, the people that you called. You surnamed these people Israel. You did, Father, and we thank you. We thank you for our health. We thank you for our strength. Father, those of us that are in need of prayer, we thank you for them as well. Matter of fact, concerning your greatness, Father, and concerning your ability to heal all things, there's nothing that's too big for you, Father. We thank you for that. For those of you that have relatives that are sick and shut in, and for those of you who are experiencing a loss, Father, you cover that loss and you cover those that are sick with your healing power and your grace and your mercy, Master. We trust and rely on you and you alone, and we thank you for sending Mashiach. Mashiach says something interesting, and I want y'all to get that precept. I know where it is, but I want somebody to go get it. Mashiach said, I come in the full volume of the book. That's what he said. He said, I come in the full volume of the book. So if you following him, then you got to come in the full volume of the book too. You can't say, I'm going to leave off the law, statutes, and commandments, because no, the man said he came in the full volume of the book, and he also said he came to do the Father's will, not Cleo's will, not Katrina Brown's will, not Trust Cafe's will, but he said he came to do the Father's will. He said he came to do the will of his Father, and we thank him for that. We thank him for sending the Spirit throughout the earth. Father, we thank you. I want to send out a special prayer to my brother Gabar Malak. His mom has taken ill, and we ask that you bear her up, Father, and if it's your will that she be healed. And not only that, you say you give us, the Father says he gives us the desires of our heart, and it's my heart and my brother's heart that she be healed of whatever her infirmities are. And then we take it a step further, that you give the family, Gabar and his family, peace in this time. Shalom, family. Shalom to the folks in the chat, the beloved chat members, the people who are the people of the book, the chosen ones, the ones that are chosen by the Father to actually lead. Everybody in this chat right now is salt of the earth. Whether you know you Israelite or not, you salt of the earth, and we love you just the same. And we love our Christian brothers and sisters, but our hope is that the Father removes the scale from their eyes and reveal to them, like he revealed to us, that the Christian church, Christianity, and all of that madness is the broad gate. And so before I go any further, I must greet the family as we normally do, working from the top down. You guys all right? You guys have been having a good week, good year so far, 2020. So far, things have been going according to the Father's plan. And forgive me when I say this, but he beating the hell out of these nations. Yes, he is. And it will behoove us to draw closer to him and draw closer to what he's saying in his book and move and do accordingly, right? So family, I'm going to greet you, but before I greet you, I must say that, I appreciate everybody joining in and being with us today. You could have been anywhere. You could have been doing anything imaginable under the moon, because it's dark right now. So you could have been doing anything, but you decided to join Salt of the Earth and be with us. And like I said before, you are Salt of the Earth. You guys are what makes this channel go. And you all are really, truly the inspiration of the work that we do. And so I bid you adieu, and I'm going to start from the top down. Maria, shalom and blessings to you. Peace and blessings. Katrina Brown, shalom, peace and blessings to you. I'm going to drop the link to the chat now, because we're going to have a little bit of an open discussion today. Kadar Scale, shalom, my brother. How are you? Peace and blessings to you. Hope you are doing well and hope you are refreshed. Danielle Blackshear, I beat you today, bro. I beat you today. Anyway, brother, peace and blessings to you. Hope you are well. Trust Cafe, shalom to you. Peace and blessings. Hope everything is going well with you. Sister Nisi Lewis, shalom, sis. Hope that baby's not, hope you've been able to get some good rest with the new one. Hey, shalom, brother E. How you doing, man? Hopefully you brothers are joining me today because like I said, it's going to be an open session. Katrina Brown, shalom to you. Hope all is well. Brother Hal, how you doing? Hope all is well. Hope you're doing 1,000 times better. I know that they releasing all of these things over the earth, and it's really for only one people. Is to stop the awakening and to stop the people who are the book to actually stop looking towards the book. And why don't you look towards Islam or go to Buddhism or get back into Christianity? And so since you're not doing that, they said, okay, we might as well try to kill you. Just like they did in Mashiach's time where they tried to kill him, just like they did in Moses' time. They say, come, let us deal wisely with them. They trying to deal wisely with you with all of these things that they're releasing on the earth. But the Father got our back, so we don't have to worry about them. Because what's going to happen is whatever they do to us in this time, and you can mark these words down, whatever they do to us in this time, it's going to turn around and turn right back on them. I don't care if it's legislation. I don't care if it's laws. I don't care if it's somebody getting hurt in the street. It doesn't matter. Anything that happens to our people now, it's going to reverse and turn, and it's going to be worse on that land, wherever they are. So what they need to do is they need to keep their mouth off Israel and leave us alone, give us our money and bid us adieu. So let me get back to greeting the fam. Katrina Brown, I think we got you. Katrina Nisi, Hal. Shalom, brother. Yeah, shalom. How you doing, man? Hope you are at peace. Hope the Father has been blessing you immensely. Linda Rick, shalom. Shalom to you. Peace and blessings to you, sis. Hope you are well and hope the Father has been blessing and keeping you. Diana Gardner Young, peace and blessings and shalom to you, sister. Hope you are well and hope the Father has been doing his will in your life according to what he says. And he also hopefully has been giving you the desires of your heart. Image of Silo, peace and blessings to you, family. Hope the Father has been keeping your family and hope you've been at peace as well. Shalom, Yvette Rivera, shalom to you. I think wait a minute, hold on a second. We got a celebrity here, folks. I must put this brother up. Jabroni, how you doing, man? Hope all is well with you and hope you are safe, brother. Hope you've been keeping well. I've been seeing you on these YouTube streets, and you know what I got to say to you, brother. You need to get saved because you're not saved. The Zigzag Man hasn't saved you, Jabroni, so you need to get saved. And I'll be praying for that the Zigzag Man come down and bless you with the rapture so that you can know that you're one of his. Paula Lawrence, peace and blessings to you. Shalom to you, sis. Darnell Blackshear, peace and blessings. I think I caught you already. Lion Warrior for Yah, peace and blessings to you. Hope you are well and that your family is doing well. I think I may have captured everybody. Heard about the bomb threats. Yeah, that was and it's been going on for a minute. A few months ago, they had said the same thing, and so you can expect a rewinding or replaying of history to a certain degree. And reason for that is that the Father is tearing these people up and they really don't have a choice. They've always acted a fool, but they really gonna start really acting a fool. But the difference between now and then, and we brought this out in Red Summer, and how they moved was our people were armed. And shalom, Sister Sarita, how you doing? Our people were armed, but at the same time, what they did was they took our people's arms away and then allowed the government, not only the government, but the local authorities, the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, police, National Guard, everybody was bearing down on you. So the difference between now and then is for this reason right here. And this is exactly correct. See, because we are in Deuteronomy 30 time. We are in Deuteronomy 30 time, fam. And for those of you who don't know, somebody pull that precept up. You guys hear me talking about it all the time. And so because we are in that time, family, what's happening is we are seeing the deconstruction of Western society, and we're seeing it right before our eyes. And with the deconstruction of Western society and all of those who have participated in our destruction, according to Psalms 83, all the nations are going to get beat down to powder. And they're going to have to submit to Mashiach. And our nation is going to be ruling. That's why I always say that the next world power is not China, it's not Russia, but it's Israel. Now imagine that. Think about that. Israel, a nation that's not even a real nation right now, but you could see it coming together. They're going to be the next world power. They're going to be running shop. So what's happening on the earth right now, we're actually reliving history. And we're going back in time as we go forward in time. And that's actually a good segue to tonight's show. And I'm going to drop the link in because this show is going to be truly an open show, because I only have one question and I don't know the answer to it. But what I am trying to do is I'm trying to ask the family to see if the family has the answer to it. Is Israel afraid or scared to take the mantle? Is Israel scared or afraid to take the mantle? Well, you have to say, well, Brother C, that first question should be, what mantle are you talking about? Right? What are you talking about? Is Israel afraid? What is it? And so my question would be to that is, or the answer to that would be, is Israel afraid to step up and take their rightful place on the earth? That's the question. And it's a simple question. Now, a lot of us say, yes, I want to go to the wilderness. I'm tired of America. I want to be out of here. I want to go somewhere else. I don't like it here. I hate it here. I hope America get destroyed. All of these things are being said, but at the same time, are you ready for something different? And not only that, but are you actually ready to actually put in work for that different thing, right? So, family, does the family believe that Israel is afraid to take the mantle? If you believe that Israel is afraid to take the mantle, put a 1 up. If you believe that Israel is not afraid to take the mantle, put a 2 up. And there is no right or wrong answer, honestly, fam. There's no right or wrong answer. What I'm looking for is I'm looking to dialogue with you on this particular question, because I have my opinion, and my opinions are strictly my opinion. Can I back them up with anything? Well, maybe I can find some things, but that's really neither here nor there. I want to hear what the family has to think. Shalom, brother. How you doing? Shalom. Hope all is well. Yisar says, gives me a 1. This brother says that Israel is afraid to take the mantle. Jabroni throws up, and I'm gonna throw you guys up as you guys comment. 1 and 2, mostly 1. Okay. Is Israel ready to take the mantle? Yes, that's the question, Paula Lawrence. Is Israel ready to take the mantle of their rightful place in leadership over the earth? And that's really, when you think about it, it's a phase thing. It's not something that is going to be all at once, right? But what's holding Israel back from, we got a lot of 2s. We got a ton of 2s coming in, which is interesting. And so we got a 2 from Lion Warrior of Yah. Brother E says 2, Israel is not ready. We got another 2 with some commentary, and that's really what I want. I want to hear the commentary behind what folks are saying. You say 2, but give me the reasoning why. But not all are prepared. I would say con to that. I don't even think I'm prepared, to be honest with you. I have a concept, but in reality, I'm not prepared. Because if I was truly prepared, some of the foolishness that I do today, I wouldn't do. Right. So let's see here. Linda Rick says two. Paula says two. Let's see here. This is a good one. Most High, he's has to get us ready. Khan, that's true. He does have to do that. That's his job, right? I agree. But at the same time, Jabroni, okay, so I'm going to go back to that statement. The Most High has to get us ready. Okay, so let's say that the Most High gives you some tools and something to do. So in terms of prepping you for the next level and the next stage, because all of the information that he gives us is really preparing us for the next level and the next stage. So if we're in his will and we're doing his will, then we will be doing exactly that. Let's see here. Two, our people are ready for something different, but most don't yet know what it will be. That's a profound comment right there, because I think a lot of us are looking for, okay, so if I had to put it in order, a lot of us are looking to get out of America. And a lot of us are looking to go into the wilderness, ultimately en route to getting to the land, wherever the land may be, right? And so not knowing what it will be, I don't think that any of us has a real true idea of what it will be. But at the same time, if the Father has his hand in it, we will be fully furnished. But there's going to be some work for us to do, right? There's going to be something that we're going to have to be doing, and he's going to give us tasks because he has a track record in the book where things weren't just given to you just because. It's like there had to be some work being done by individuals. So although we don't yet know what it's going to be, I believe that when we're where we should be, and this is just my opinion, that we'll have access to things that we've never had access to before. I'm talking about technology. I'm talking about ways and means of doing things, cheat codes, and all the things that we always talk about. I believe that we'll be fully furnished with those. Now, how that comes about, and again, this is my opinion, how that comes about, we'll have to wait and see. So I'm going to go on to the next comment. Katrina Brown says, we are ready but not prepared. I would agree with that. I would even say that I'm not prepared. Out of all the thinking that I do about us, listen to how this sounds. The kingdom of Israel. The kingdom of Israel. That's powerful. I love to say that. And that's our kingdom. That's ours. Being ruled by Mashiach. Imagine that. And so just the whole idea, I should be prepared and should be gearing up towards that, right? But it's a work in progress. So as a whole, we're not ready, but then this ties into the dry bones coming together. Somebody get that precept. You guys know how I do. I'm going to call them. Y'all go get them. I know where they at. I can go get them, but I'm calling them. Number two, for the chosen. Indeed. I would tend to agree with that. And again, fam, you guys anyone can jump in because there's nothing canned. I have my opinions. I can state my opinions all day, but my opinions are exactly that. It's not set in any kind of stone. Let's see here. I am certainly not ready. I would say that I'm not either. And I would say that I'm definitely a work in progress. But what I will say is that I do not have a fear of any of the things that I'm going to share and some of the fears that some people may have. So that's a great segue into the next question, right? So we got a lot of ones and twos, and I've seen some of the answers on why people feel the way that they feel. So do you believe that there's fear involved? And not necessarily with the thought of why you're not getting ready and why I'm not ready. I'm not ready not because of fear. I'm probably not doing what I should be doing is because I'm lazy as hell, I procrastinate, or maybe there's some sin that's blockage. Yep. Maybe there's something that I'm doing that's preventing me from getting ready and preparing, right? I should be preparing food for if the economy crashes or when it crashes. If it does, who knows? For sure. I should be preparing to get out of the way of the Father's destruction that he's going to do. That should be another form of preparing. I should be preparing to leave. But when I leave, what am I going to be prepared to do once I get there? So not only should I be preparing to leave, I should be preparing, not preparing, but I should be redeeming the time and taking care of my family, my children, and making sure that we're taken care of so that when it is time to leave, I'm going to have some skill sets that will be of value to the nation, which is another thing. So preparing is multi-level and multifaceted, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go back to this is the comment. That's a perfect segue to asking the fear thing. Why should we be afraid? The Most High says that He would make us ready. Khan, that's absolutely correct. Now, here's the question: why would Israel be afraid of anything? And if you guys have any thoughts on that, please put them up. I'd like to share them. I think I would like to believe we are ready, but at the heart of the matter, I think many of us feel unworthy and lack the faith to believe that He will do it in us. I pray He helps our unbelief. And okay, when I think about that, I think about what the book says about having faith of a mustard seed, right? And so the faith of a mustard seed, the mustard seed doesn't have the book. The mustard seed doesn't have you being spoken to on a regular basis, whether it be through communication streams, whether it be through your senses, see, smell, touch, and taste, whether it be through the spiritual realm, but whether it be the most important thing, whether it be through the book. Mustard seed doesn't even have a book, and yet it has faith that what the Father said it was going to do and what its capabilities are, it's able to do it. And so this is a very telling statement that a person would feel unworthy based on maybe a sin or sins in their life. But if you fall down, get back up and get back on the bike and start pedaling. I want to greet two brothers that just joined, Brother Banyan and Brother Yash. You brothers can speak your piece at any time. I'm just going through and addressing the family as they dropped commentary. And shalom and peace and blessings to you, brothers. How you doing?
Shalom, brother. How you doing, bro?
All is well over here, man. All is well. What's going on your side?
I'm just sitting back here on my lunch break, but I wanted to greet you and greet everybody in the room. Shalom and blessings to all my brothers and sisters out there, Israelites that know you Israelites, and those who may be on the fence, and those who consider themselves to be Christians. As the brother said earlier, our love is for our people, regardless of whatever title you've given yourself. Um, I'd just like to say something that you said and you reiterated several times. Mashiach said, "Greater works than these shall ye do."
Bring it out.
You know what that tells me is a lot of times we don't even know that we prepared or that we ready until the task is put before us. You know, so Israel, have faith in Mashiach, follow the Most High, because the scripture in Isaiah tells us that it says in Isaiah 66 and 8, it said, "Who have heard such a thing? Who have seen such a thing? Shall the earth be made to bring forth in one day? Shall a nation be born at once? For as soon as Zion travailed, she brought forth her children.
Hmm.
You know, we sometimes we underestimate our ability to do things, you know, but the whole purpose of us going through the things that we go through is to refine us, to purge us of impurities, so that when that task is put before us, we bring forth the fruit that the Most High's will be done. And that's all I wanted to say.
I appreciate those words, brother, because you are spot on with that. The lack of belief in the Father and His Word, not being able to take Him at His word, and I feel a certain kind of way because right now I see what's happening on the YouTube streets and I see what's happening over the earth, and only thing I can say is, don't people realize that this is our time? I mean, the everything from the stars, the moon, the earth is groaning to everything that we can see is lining up for our time. And yet I see a lot of focus on things that aren't necessarily towards building. And I'm not knocking anybody for their hustle or what they're doing, but we should be focused on preparing and believing and taking the Father at His word, because He said these things. I didn't say them, and I'm believing them to be so. So, brother Yash, go ahead and speak your piece, bro. Shalom. How you doing?
Oh, I'm blessed. I'm blessed, man. After listening to Banya, that was a drop the mic moment right there. That was like boom, drop the mic. It was a drop the mic moment. I believe that Israel is ready
Hmm.
because we're tired, and the Most High put that in all of our spirits. But the thing is, we're tired. We're praying. We're crying out. We're asking for it, but we just don't. And this is for me. Then I'm gonna say, but we just don't know how. And but there's an expectation of all these of this to happen. And but you put a thing out there. Uh, will we be ready? I threw in Psalms 126,
Bring it out.
a song of degrees. It says, when Yahweh turned again the captivity of Zion, it says we were like them that dream.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
when it hits us, it's gonna be like we dreaming. But it says, then our mouth was filled with laughter
Hmm.
and our tongue singing. I mean, yeah, our tongue was singing. Then they said among the heathen, the Most High have done great things for them.
Yes.
It says, y'all have done great things for us, whereof we are glad. Then he says, turn again our captivity, O Yah, as the streams in the south. They that sow in tears shall reap in joy. He that goeth forth and weepeth, bearing precious seed, shall doubtless come again with rejoicing, bringing his sheaves with him. So he has a great surprise for us, and this thing's going to hit us just like a dream. But those of us in the know, we're gonna be looking at each other and laughing. You know, Sister Ernest, we're gonna be laughing. We're like, yeah. You know what I mean? We're gonna be like, yeah. We're gonna be excited. So when I
That
look
that's.
at, go ahead.
Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry. Go
Now
ahead.
I was just gonna say, so when I look at the news, looking at what's going on with us sending troops to Russia and stuff, I'm getting more excited by the day. I'm
Yes.
hoping that this is not a false alarm.
Mm.
And I see that Babylon is like pushing, like fat, don't believe fat meat is greasy.
Mm.
And I'm like, come on, oh y'all, turn our captivity every day. That's my prayer. Hey, listen, I may not be ready, but I'm willing.
Mm.
I
Amen.
don't think any of us are going to be ready, but I believe all of us are willing.
Mm.
You know what? I would have to agree with that. I do have expectations, and I can tell you that I know I'm going to be surprised, but I have a certain level of expectations based on what's written in the book that we're going to be great. Now, how we get there, that's going to be the shocking part because, and it's going to be so shocking. I think it's going to be so shocking to the world that it's going to blow their mind too, because I think our rise is going to be meteoric. I don't think it's going to be slow. I think it's going to be like all of a sudden, boom, and then we're going to look at each other and say, "Hey, man, we here."
Mm.
I'm getting excited just listening to it. I
Hey,
am.
man,
You got me
hey,
amped.
go ahead, bro.
No, that's all I'm gonna say. You just got me excited, man. I got tears in my eyes. I'm so,
Yeah.
I'm excited. I can't wait.
Y'all should dig now. What you just put out, that was a drop the mic moment.
Nah,
Huh?
But but
That
but but
precept was bomb.
absolutely, all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High, man.
God,
Spirit working through that brother, most
that's
definitely.
it. That's it.
And
That's it. And that's why I like brother. That's why I like brothers, and that's why I drop it down to the fam so that they can jump in, because the fam got the Bible down cold and they know these precepts, and it's timely now, and we need to sharpen each other up. So that was definitely bomb. I'm gonna have to go back and read that whole psalm just so that I can get that under my belt again. But it's a blessing to hear that we should be expecting to see these things, but then when we actually see them, we gonna be blown away. Brother E always brings a precept. I can't call it to mind, but he always brings a precept that addresses the same sort of thought. I'm gonna go back and click on some of the comments. We want to get out, but do we want to suffer for the faith to do so like Brother Paul and the others before us? That's interesting, and I believe that everybody, because of everything that we've gone through, we've been in tribulation, we've been suffering, and I can say for me personally, I come from the dirt. In a poor neighborhood, our family was the poorest family. So, as far as suffering and as far as how we've been treated, um, I think that we should be looking towards, honestly, looking towards what's in Deuteronomy 30 and calling to mind what he told us to call to mind. 1 through 14, um, and then call to mind the other part too, but call to mind 1 through 14 because that's really our future. Brother E, how you doing, brother? Good seeing you. Welcome aboard.
Shalom, shalom. What's going on, everybody? What's
shalom,
going
bro.
on,
How's
brother
it going?
Monica, brother Yash?
Shalom, my.
Y'all good?
Yeah, most definitely.
On the
E,
case?
I want you to get that precept for me, the one that you always call, where it say we're gonna be either surprised or shocked, or we don't know what the Most High has in store for us. That's one you
Okay,
always call all the time.
check this out. Isaiah 60.
Bring it.
I'm gonna start at verse 4. He say, "Lift up thine eyes round about and see, all they gather themselves together. They come to thee. Thy sons shall come from far, and thy daughters shall be nursed at thy side. Then shalt thou see and flow together, and thine heart shall fear and be enlarged, because of the abundance of the sea shall be converted unto thee, and the forces of the Gentiles shall come unto thee." Isaiah 60.
Amen.
So I think I don't know if it's a matter if we ready or not, man. I think it's like Brother Yash saying, it's gonna be one of them things to where once it hit us, the Most High is gonna have to give us the spirit to be able to handle what's going on. I believe that's part of why the Apostle Paul said, "Eyes have not seen nor ears heard what the Most High has in store for those that love Him." You know, it's gonna be a glorious thing. And so all I can say is just have faith in what's written. Prepare your hearts. That's the most we can do. Prepare our hearts, prepare our minds, and just try to, take what we see, because we're gonna see some more things before that.
I wanted to say, online there's a lot of beefing between Israelites and Christians. But one of the elephants in the room with me and those who understand the same things that I understand is that everybody that leave out into the wilderness not going to identify as being an Israelite. It's going to be people leaving out with us who identify as being Christians and Muslims, and some may not even claim to believe. But us as Israelites, we bear a heavy responsibility of putting out information that's right and exact, because the enemy right now is scrambling to do all that he can to make our notoriety seem as if it's false. So I just really want everybody to just guard their hearts, be careful with the information you take in, and really, keep that faith within yourself, and keep that fire that rose up in you when you found out who you were. Because in our identity is who the Most High is. He surnamed us after himself. And our identity is who Mashiach is. He died to preserve who we are.
I want you guys to comment. I want you guys to comment on this comment, but before I do that, I want to say the point that you just made was a profound statement. I'm going to leave it at that. Let's take a look at this comment, and I want you guys to comment on it. But even before I do that, let me welcome the sister Trust Cafe. Trust Cafe, how you doing, sis? Go ahead and speak your piece.
Oh, shalom, brother, and shalom, Solid Earth family. I'm so happy to be here with you guys tonight, once again, able to fellowship. I think this is a wonderful topic to discuss. And I can just say my little piece of it is that, me personally, I am in the mindset that I want to be ready to be like that Maccabean 7 mother, who was willing.
Wait, hold on. You can't just say Maccabean 7 mother without giving us a little bit of background on that. You don't have to give me all the precepts, but give them a little bit of background on that, because that's heavy right there.
Absolutely. So, this mother and her sons, they had made the decision to stand on the face of the Most High and to not consume the pork or swine that they were requiring all of the people in Greece to consume as a way to worship. And so they had decided, like I said, in their hearts that they weren't going to do it. And so much so that this mother, with power that had to come only from the Most High, not only watched each one of her sons be brutally tortured and murdered for the cause, but she sat there and she encouraged them and she gave them, the pep talk, like, we doing this for our family, we doing this for our father, yeah, we doing this, and she not only watched them, which I just can't even imagine, but but she encouraged them. And she did it so much so that these men, you knew that she had been instilled that in them, because each one of her sons went up there and offered their life with testimony and judgment on the people who were doing these horrible things to them. And so to have that kind of, and then after listening to Brother Ebri and that whole book of Paul, man, that just got me amped up on the whole next level with it, because she was willing and she did ultimately offer her life. But I'm trying to look at it now with the idea that I'm going to walk into that fire and I'm going to jump into that vat, but it's not going to take me out, because if it can help anybody get their stuff together and come along with us, then I'm down. And so I'm preparing my heart to have to be that person. And then if I can just be able to, get out of here and go out to the wilderness and get all the rest of the stuff off, get back to these holy days like we supposed to be doing them, and get rid of, he said, all the naysayers will be gone at that time, all the proud will be gone. And so to be in an environment where it's nothing but the love of the Most High getting us right, that's my absolute dream. But I'm preparing myself to be a Maccabean mother, because that's really what it all comes down to in my mind, is being ready to die for the faith, and at that moment screaming out hallelujah and giving praise and glory and honor to the Most High, showing those
Yeah.
there watching that I am not afraid. I am ready to do what He has called me to do, and I believe this with everything in me, going like my forefathers went. So yeah, I'm sorry, I'm amped up because I just finished that whole Paul thing, and man,
hold, hold
man.
up though. Hold up though. You know what? I say this when I hear Israel talk, or when Israel be dropping precepts, I be getting amped up. I be getting fired up, but I have to contain myself so that I could keep in the flow of the show. I put myself on mute, or I be like, yeah, yeah, get them. But I love my people. I love hearing y'all talk, and I love hearing y'all dropping them precepts. So I must say that. So I'm gonna go back on mute and let y'all get busy. But before I do that, though, I want you guys to address this comment. The comment from the sister. The saying is just the sister that can sing so well. I think we're more afraid to mismantle gun shy after accidentally misfiring, just trying to get in the right, get it right this time. I agree with that, sis, and that's actually why I'm thinking that some brothers or sisters might be gun shy, because if you look at what we've been through recently, I'm gonna go backwards from what they've done with our entertainment. Then I'm gonna go back from entertainment to the crack era. I'm going to go back from the crack era, go back to the civil rights era where it was popping and hitting heavy in the 60s and 70s. Then I'm going to move back to World War II, and how they was treating us in World War II. And then imagine the destruction of our cities, World War I and around the Depression time. And then factor in all of those things, and you would understand why that some would be gun shy. But you can't take past experiences as a mechanism to say, okay, you know what, I'm just not going to do nothing, or I'm just not going to serve, or I'm just going to not do anything. I'm just going to cower in fear. I'm not going to cower in fear. I'm not personally, because I'm looking expectantly for everything in that book to come to pass. And that's just the stuff that we know. There's no telling what missing books or other information that we don't have, just going by the information that we have in front of us. So, brothers, what do you brothers and sisters think about this particular comment? Hello? Hello? Hello?
It got quiet. Got
I got an
quiet in
echo.
this church.
I got an echo.
uh, Crickets.
Right?
Um, it's not like that with me. I mean, I couldn't even imagine a thought like that. That's why that's why it's kind of quiet with me. It's like I can't imagine, because we've been through so much. When you look at our history, you go from AD 70, and then in that first 100 years after that, the persecutions that the early disciples went through, and with the Apostle Paul, and the early well, they call it the church, but our early Israelites went through, going up into the dark ages and the middle ages, and just everything that we went through this last couple thousand years. And now I see that the Most High is finally, he's actually moving on our behalf. And as soon as 2019 popped off, the Gentiles been too busy going through. We've been caught up in it too because we're scattered over the four corners of the world. But he been busting them to the white meat so bad they ain't got no time to be thinking about us. Our issue is that we are too divided as a people. We just gotta learn how to come together. But he even got something for that. That's called the wilderness. Everything is in the Most High's hands. I put all my faith, all my trust, all my hope in him. And it's about to go down, man. So with me, it's all about just being encouraged, watching. It says the days are at, he says, no longer shall you say the days have been prolonged and every vision faileth, but you will say the days are at hand and the effect of every vision. I don't know exactly which scripture that is, chapter and verse. However, it's in there. And that's that's the time that we are living in now. Every day when we wake up, when we look at the headlines, we see the effect of the vision of our soon coming deliverance.
See that right there? That's when you guys start bringing the book and start quoting them precepts. I remember we was on the street. We were a street teacher, and we would typically, if we're going into a topic, we'd have our precepts already lined up. And a brother came through and said, "Hey man, where can I get one of them books?" And it was just a notebook. And we was like, "What you mean?" He said, "The book with all the answers." We start cracking up. But I say all that to say, with the way that Israel handles the book, when you listen to Israel and they talking about these precepts, my spirit man gets fired up. I have to say that. I have to tell y'all that when you guys been bringing the precepts and when you speaking about the book and you talking about the book, especially when you talking about our future, I'll be ready to jump out of my skin. I'm not gonna lie to you. So let's keep moving. Let's move on to a different question
Can I
or
just? I'm
comment.
sorry, brother.
Oh, sis, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, run that.
That's okay. I just think that and I admittedly acknowledge that I might be a little biased. That's my daughter, but
I knew that.
in this message, what I think she's trying to say
Uh huh.
is, you know
Let me
how
put the camera
we
down.
look at all of the stories that what our forefathers went through, and we
Mm-hmm.
see all the troubles, and then we look at our people today, and we see us making so many of the exact same mistakes and doing so many of the same things that our forefathers did, from being Pharisees to chasing after other gods, and so because of that it does bring him out of like, okay, do we have this together? Because this is the last time we get to go through this, and it's like on one hand we definitely want to boast in the spirit and in terms of what God's doing and what he and be walk confidently, but in the other hand we have to be so humble and so in a position where we're careful not to repeat the mistakes of our forefathers, which is one of our best features or traits, I should say, is being able to redo what they do, and that's not a good thing. So I think that that's what she's saying is just recognizing that that is the case. Then we might be a little gun shy in terms of stepping out and actually trusting God. Like I said, to do this, I totally believe it's all Him. But we have to be able to, like I said, get out of that unbelief where we don't know that it's all Him because um, people put so much time into everything except what we're really supposed to be focusing on. That's why I appreciate this platform, by the way. But anyway, that's all I wanted to add. Thank you, brother.
No, you and I appreciate the clarification because I assume that it was pointing towards past performances and past times where we messed up and then we just let it fall by the wayside, like the civil rights era. I was a I'm a child of that era, and so looking back in hindsight, if we'd have kept that momentum going, we would have been in a little bit better case. We would have been in a little bit better case. However, the one thing that was missing, well, two things, is that number one, we didn't know who we were according to this awakening. That was one component that was missing. And then number two, you didn't have people talking about, hey, we need to get back to the Father. We need to get back to this book because every all of the answers are in there. And because of Christianity, another layer, Christianity told us that it's okay to not do what the Father said to do, but then Mashiach just already done told you that he come in the full volume of the book. So if he say he come in the full volume of the book and he came to do the Father's will, how are you going to take out the law, the Psalms, and the prophets? Because when he said he came in the full volume of the book, New Testament wasn't even written. The man was telling you he came in the volume of the book because he is the book. And so
Yep.
how you going to take away parts of him? You going to take away. Okay, let's say that you take away the Torah, you take away the first 5 books. Okay, is you going to have a Mashiach? What are you going to be left with? You can't do that. And so we had to battle Christianity. And so the biggest difference between now and then is the awakening. Between any time in history. You think if they had been awoke during the destructions of our cities in the Depression time, look at the paradox. We had burgeoning cities that they came and destroyed, but they were in the Depression. We weren't in the Depression; they were in the Depression, and they never talk about that. They never say anything about that. How they destroyed our cities out of jealousy and out of hatred. But the difference now is that we're crying out to the Father. Father, our ancestors messed up, and we messed up. And we calling back to you. We coming back to you. And so the fear of blowing it and messing up and past performances, I don't believe that we have that to worry about. Now, if you're building something or if you're trying to build something on your own and you happen to fail, don't stop. Keep going because your success may be just right in front of you. Jason Camfor, shalom to you, brother. I saw you come in, sneak in the back door, so I'm gonna say shalom to you and greet you. Hope you are well. And so, hopefully, the salt, which is to me, the salt is the whole house. When I say a salt of the earth, I'm not just talking about the brothers and sisters that are here. I'm not talking about just the brothers. I'm talking about the whole house of Israel. Books say you are salt and light. Somebody go get that precept for me. I know it's in the book. He called you salt and light. So we're
Hey,
supposed to
also
go ahead,
too,
bro. Go ahead, brother.
also too, like you're saying, we don't have that to fear because one of the major parts of the covenant is him circumcising our hearts and putting the laws in our hearts.
Mm.
And so in circumcising the hearts of our children as well. So we have that advantage, you know what I mean? So those who, I guess, hearts can't be circumcised, he said they'll be purged out, you know. But our hope is that all Israel be saved, you know.
Yes. That's my hope too, because you figure we done been through so much. We've been through 70 AD. We always bring that out. The brother Yash brought that out today. We've been going through hell since 70 AD. That's 2 racks. That's 2 racks racked up on somebody got a tab of 2,000 years of whooping your tail, whooping our tail. Check out this comment by Lion Warrior for Yah. I'm going to read it. Our ways are not his, nor his thoughts ours. So our belief in his ability to provide what we need at the time we need it, Khan, because he always comes through on time. There has not been, I'm only talking for my own personal life, fam. I'm not talking for anybody else. Your brother Cleo speaking for his life, for his own life. And there has never been a time where the Father did not come through on time when I needed it. I'm going to read the rest of it. Sometimes we can be our own enemy, relying in our own strength and knowledge. I agree with that, and I agree with that 1,000%. What we should be doing is relying on the Father and what he gives us, and then we move accordingly, right? I'm going to read this next comment. Shalom and blessings, I pray. Hey, shalom, brother. Hope all is well with you. Let's see here. Let's read the next comment. People are trusting in their own works and not that Mashiach has given us his righteousness. He has made us ready. Well, I'll tell you this. I don't trust anything that I do. And hopefully I'm doing the will of the Father according to what he's given me to do. Because you can have works, and works are okay, but you can't rely on your works alone. Works and faith go like a hand in a glove. And that's according to the precept, faith without works is dead. I didn't say that. Somebody famous in the book said it. So I'm gonna leave that at that. But you're absolutely correct. Mari, I had a dream last night that my daughter had a super strength. Oh, here we go. That's what I'm talking about. I'm wondering, is us getting the cheat codes tied to your heart getting circumcised? Because when you were saying that, I was like, I wonder if it's tied to that. It could be related, but at this point, I'm just spitballing, throwing speculations. Cheat code. That we're trying to gather up those with various cheat codes into camps, quote, bad camps. So I'll say this. Somebody's going to be getting some things. And according to the exploits, excuse me, of our forefathers and sisters, we're going to get back to that. Now, when that happens, I don't have the time clock on that. That's not my specialty. But what I can do is encourage you that we will be getting them. I know that because that's according to the book. We're going to be getting so much that we're definitely going to be blown away. And I know that for a fact because that's what the books say. Trust Cafe says, I'm worthy because the world has worked so hard to convince us that we weren't, and we can see it in the way we treat each other at times or the way we carry ourselves, not all but many. And what we have to do is we do need to practice, be better at loving each other. And I'm going to say, Brother Cleo, you need to get better at loving your family, your wife, your children. You need to get better at loving the brothers as salt of the earth. You need to get better at loving the sisters as salt of the earth. You need to get better at loving Israel. Now, I put that in order because that's the order I should be having my loyalty to. I'm not loyal to the heathen. I'm not loyal to the gents. I'm not, because they're not loyal to me. I should only be loyal to those that love me. Why would I be loyal to the KKK? Why would I be loyal to the Aryan Brotherhood or the Asian Brotherhood? Why would I be loyal to the Spanish Brotherhood and worry about some mythical brown and black coalition that does not exist? I have it in order, and that's how we need to be operating in this hour. Israel first, or you hear the term be one. You can call me black, that's fine. Only thing you're saying is you're a child of the book because you're from the diaspora. Your family went through the killing fields of slavery. That's them people. That's the book people. You the people of the book. You the chosen, according to what the Father says, not according to what your brother says. And I would agree with this. We are tired in so many ways. We are, but at the same time, I'm energized by you all. I'm energized by my brothers, the brothers on the panel. You guys have no idea when you speak, my spirit man goes through the roof, and I get energized, and it keeps me going. It keeps me refreshed. It's refreshing to hear the book, especially this hour. It really is. I'm not just saying that just to be saying that. It's refreshing to hear the book in this hour. When I'm listening to other brothers, other channels, and when I'm listening to the brothers, I don't join on all the time, but I'm listening, trust and believe. But when I listen to the book and I hear what's coming for us, it's like, man, you have to get excited. I'm so excited. I get besides myself. So yeah, we are tired, but we can't be so tired that we're going to give it up and quit. And I know that's not what you're saying, but some people have given up and quit and they check out. But you know who it is? It's not necessarily us, it's the heathen. Because you see them, they're running from that mythical thing, Christianity, that they created, that their people created. It's not a creation that we created. It's a creation from them. We put a post up in community. You go to the community page and check it out. And the last post was a question. Why does Christianity have so many church fathers when the father says you're not supposed to call nobody father but him? So if you guys haven't went to the community page and gave that a thumbs up, I would ask you to do that, because we know what the broad gate is. And I'm not gonna slam dunk Christianity, but I will say this: Christianity, with what's coming, with the lesson that's about to get dropped, and it's on its way. And I'll say this: Christianity getting ready to get tuned up with a bunch of bullet holes, and you can pick whatever your favorite hammer is. If you like Glocks or you like a Smith and Wesson, you could be a AR-15 kind of person, or you could be a 50 cal kind of person. I don't know. I don't know what you people is into. I know y'all into something. I'm non-violent. I'm non-violent. But at the same time, I'm going to say this: Christianity is about to take a major hit. And what I will recommend is that for those of you who have family members, see, what we haven't done is this: we've never researched where this whole idea of Christianity came from. Has anyone sat down and researched what they call the church fathers and how wicked and dastardly these beings were? Has anyone taken the time to do that? We have no idea. And you can't separate, and that's another fear too. That's actually a fear, and that's one of the fears that I wanted to bring up, was the fear, some of us, not all, some of us have a fear of moving away from the tenets of Christianity 1,100%, and we're still holding on to bits and pieces of that ridiculous thing that it is. Once you come into the truth of knowledge who you are, the first thing that you should do is don't put away the book. No, pick the book up and read it, because now it's going to hit you differently. But the first thing that you should do is put away everything that you know about Christianity, because it's going to not only cloud your judgment, it's going to cloud your ability to receive the information that's given to you, because the two are incompatible. You cannot be an Israelite and be a Christian at the same time. It's impossible. There's no way that you can be both. So you should not be trying to hang on to any of those tenets or anything like that. So I'm going to get back to the comments. People are not walking in faith. Con, I believe that, and that includes me too. Sometimes I'm really strong. Sometimes I'm not. I'm being straight. But I should be, and I should be an example all the time, and not be wavering or wishy-washy. I'm guilty of that. Just, I don't know if everybody's guilty of that. I'm definitely guilty of that. Jabroni, Russia's sending medical units to the border shows this is probably more than just saber rattling. They expect casualties. What I will say is this: my only thing is, they're either waiting for the snow to freeze, which is completely freeze, the ground to completely be frozen, so that they can move armament across. Because if you wait until the snow melts, then you're going to be dealing with mud. And as we know, tanks and armored personnel carriers and things of that such don't necessarily move on mud. So it will behoove them to move, or they can wait and say, okay, let's wait until after winter's over and then we wait until the springtime where the ground is firm. Then it's go time. But make no mistake about it, there's definitely something going to happen. And according just based on this comment, and this is a good segue into another thought. Just based on this, what do you guys think about not only fighting that theater, but then at the same time, Taiwan says, okay, well, if Russia can do that, we should go ahead and claim back Taiwan, and then Taiwan just says, okay, um, U.S. help us, and then let's say, what's the other one? North Korea says, okay, well, you know what, we need to unify. So the Western construct has kept us separated. North and Korea, we're both Koreans. Let's unify. You've got that specter. So you've got three three fronts that are open. Let's open up another one. Let's open up one on the United States with the Republicans and the Democrats, or with the Republicans versus woke, or with the Republicans versus the other races, or with the Republicans versus, when I said woke, woke is another buzzword for so-called blacks, really the Israelites. That's another buzzword for that. And so let's open up that theater. Let's open up the southern border theater where you've got cartels running them up. And they say, okay, well, since the United States is so fractured right now, let's go ahead and get busy. We already control the border patrol. We already control the borders anyway. Why don't we go in? And so being prepared, you have to know that these things are potentially going to happen, but at the same time, don't operate in fear. But we have to trust the Father, because right now the whole earth is going through it, and the nations are going through it. So knowing that, we have to be prepared and see these things. Know these things are happening, but at the same time, we still have to be preparing in the areas that He's given us to prepare. I know I see all these wars, and I'm not going to say wars and rumors of wars, because the Ukraine thing is going to happen, and I'm good with the Ukraine thing happening. Go, go time! It's go time. Russia, go do it. Who is that? China, go take Taiwan. Take it. North Korea, have South Korea, have it, and have fun doing it. I'm looking forward to that, because we know things happen. That means that we're that much closer to the downfall and to the destruction of this Western construct. Go ahead and do that heathen on heathen crimes. Have at it, and have fun doing it. I don't have no problem with these wars at all. I don't. I'm looking forward to them. Matter of fact, you heard the famous phrase, "Get your popcorn ready." I got my popcorn already ready. I'm sitting back watching, and I'm hoping and praying that I'm out of the Most High's way when He starts destroying America, point blank. D-man, shalom. How you doing, brother? I see you late. I see you got in late, snuck in through the back door, but that's okay, D-man. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Let's see here. Let's read some of these comments. It will be a joyous time. Yes, it will be. You know what I'm looking forward to? I'm looking forward to all of us gathering, and I'm looking forward to all of us being in a place where we could be left alone and truly build in our own land, where we don't have to worry about the heathens or nobody messing with us. I'm truly looking forward to that. Brother Yasha, we suffered and just didn't know it. Yeah, we've been out of control. Brother E, you got something to add, bro? Go ahead and jump in.
I'm gonna say the only thing that's disturbing to me about all of this is that, in spite of the time that we in, one of the moves that they're making is they're trying to prop black people up into certain positions, particularly black women. You know, while the Most High is stirring up these nations, they've moved a black woman into the position of the first general in the Marines, first black female general. You know,
Mm,
then you have
mm,
the black woman that, of which they said they're deciding on which one they want to choose. Now, my thing is, why are they doing this at this time? Why are they giving black people this spirit of hope and success and accomplishment. You know, you see a lot of Black people doing things like establishing businesses and making a lot of moves, you know, because their hope is set here. So that's one of my only uh one of the only things, you know, when it comes to that issue, how they're trying to prop us up. And it's like almost like they using us as a shield, you know, and instead of our people understanding that they going for it, you know, buying into it.
It's a trap. Number one, it's a trap. Number one, but then number two, bro, what you said about the sisters, right? Getting an echo. But what you said about the sisters, they want to pit us against our sisters. They want to prop the sisters up and push us down on the totem pole, right? So that's yet another trap of the crafty council.
Yeah,
And that's
it's more race based politics, or not
yep.
race based, but gender based politics. You know, it's a game, and like you said, it's only for those who want to fall for it. You know, and that's why a lot of our people gonna be upset when it's time to leave. You're gonna have some people rejoicing, but a lot of people gonna be upset for that very fact. You know, even some of our people who are on the bottom still gonna be upset because this is what they used to. You know, but it's all a game and a ploy to really blind us, like I've been saying for a long time, from what's going on.
That's that. No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I'm just saying we don't want to be on the front line of anything when all of this stuff goes down, except for whatever line is boarding up us to leave. That's where we want to be, on the front line.
Hey, listen, you said it right there. You definitely said it. You definitely said that, bro. I don't want to be in the line of fire. I don't want to be in the way. I want to be out the Father's way as He's doing what He's doing. I want to be in that secret place. Books say you be in the secret place. Smitty, how you doing, brother? Peace and blessings to you. You can jump on if you want to, brother. Matter of fact, all the brothers and sisters that are in the chat, you are welcome to jump in and speak your piece, as we have an open mic today, and we're just discussing, is Israel in fear or is Israel afraid? I think the consensus is that, and at least with the salt that's here, that we're not necessarily afraid, but nor are we really uh, 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 not just afraid, but are we operating really in fear? I agree with that, sister Sarita. I agree with that 100%. I'm kind of going through the comments and dropping the comments in so that we can converse on those. We must stop looking at us or our circumstances. Look to the word, the promises of and the Most High. Khan, I agree with that 1,000,000%, because that's where you can truly find what it is that you're missing. I say this all the time. My dad used to always say, "Peace be upon him." He's crossed over. He's in Abraham's bosom, according to what the books say. But he used to always say, "Everything that you want to know is in the book." The promises for the Father that He has for us are amazing, and that's just what out of the books that we have. There's no telling what's in the missing books that we don't have. So just focusing on what we do have in our current circumstances. You go to the word, you go to the book, and this is not no name it and claim it, get rich quick scheme. You give me 10% of your winnings and earnings, and you gonna get 1,000-fold. No, all you have to do is just read what the books say, what He's promised to you. The Father done promised us. He said, go to Deuteronomy 30. That's why I love Deuteronomy 30. So, because it tells you succinctly what our end shall be. There's another comment. It's not on us, but him. Go ahead. If somebody got something to add? Go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to add to that, brother, that I 100% agree. And along those lines, I wanted to just share Psalms 91.
Yes, bring it out.
Because it's exactly what we're about to fall into, and especially with, like you said, the wars and rumors of war.
Yes.
I totally agree that people, especially women being put up in this time, is nothing more than scapegoats for what's about to befall the world. I mean, when all the truth
Mm,
comes out about this poison and everything else, it's going to be a sad state of affairs for anybody in leadership in the government, and let alone when everything falls apart with the stock market and all of that. No one wants to be at the helm at that time, and so it's sad to me that our women would be in such a desire for power or worldly success that they would put themselves in a position where they could be used as scapegoats at a time like this. So that part
mm.
is sad. But for us who believe and who do stay bottled up in this word, meditating on it day and night and feeding off of it, and where this is where we get our life. This is for you all. Um, and in Psalms 91, starting at verse 7, it says, "1,000 may fall at your side, and 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not come near you. Only with your eyes shall you look and see the reward of the wicked. Because you have made Yahuwah, who is my refuge, even the Most High, your dwelling place. No evil shall befall you, nor shall any plague come near your dwelling. For he shall give his angels charge over you, to keep you in all your ways. In their hands they shall bear you up, lest you dash your foot against a
The
stone.
stone. That's
And you
book.
shall tread upon the lion and the cobra, and the young lion and the serpent you shall trample underfoot."
Mm,
And I'm going to leave it there. But I just wanted to add that. I
mm.
mean, the whole thing. Well, actually, I'm just going to finish. It's like three little more verses, and they're so powerful. I can't leave it there.
Go ahead, run, sis.
All right, because he has set his love upon me, therefore I will deliver him. I will set him on high because he has known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. Hallelujah.
All praises to the Father.
Amen.
Yes. Yes.
And that's
Yes.
what I'm banking on right there.
Yes. Yes. That's powerful precepts. And see, that's why I love Israel. I love Israel because we know this book here and we're not playing with it. Brother Yash, bring them precepts that you just dropped on the chat, brother. You got to read them precepts, bro. Go get them and read them. We need to hear from what the Father got to say about the situation because that's what it's all about anyway. We trust the Father over here. We trust him and we take him at his word. He says somewhere in the book, somebody go get that precept. He says somewhere in the book that his word would never return or come back void. What does that mean to you? Huh? Do
Oh
you
yeah,
trust that his word not gonna come back void? Go ahead, bro.
that went back. That was tell them therefore, thus saith the Most High, I'll make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel,
Mm,
but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision.
that's book.
For there shall be no more any vain vision, nor flattering divination within the house of Yasharala.
Mm,
So everything
mm.
we see, it's going down, fam. It's going down.
Yes. Yes, all praises to the Father that is going down. That his word, what he spoke and what was written and what he had these men to write down that he gave them is coming to pass. All praises to the Father. See, that's why I mess with Israel. Israel know this book. You don't nobody know the book like Israel. Put a one up if you believe that. Can't nobody teach this book but Israel. The Israel the only one telling you not to fall for the okie over the whole earth. Who else telling you? Who else telling you on the earth right now don't fall for it? Don't fall for Christianity. Who telling you? It's not the heathen. It's not the church. Where you getting truth at? Books say even the very elect will be fooled. Well, who got the truth? Who has it? Father done gave Israel, and Israel showing out right now with this book. I remember people used to be able to come against Israel. You can't even come against Israel now. When you're talking about this book, you're gonna be made to look like a fool. Books say their mouths should be stopped. Go find me that precept. Beloved of the Most High, we a mess. He knows that, but he has made a promise to save all Israel. It's his righteousness. You know what? I am seeing great progress made in our people. Day by day, every day I see progress. And I say this all the time. I see the dry bones have stood up. And now that the dry bones have stood up, the muscles are coming on the dry bones. I see it. I see great progress with our people. We do have a little bit of ways to go, but it seems to me that the Father is doing not only a mighty work, but a quick work. And I would ask the family, put a one up if you see in the Father doing a mighty work right now for his people. Because I see it. I see us coming together, and I see us doing mighty and great things. Smitty Qualpot, that's really where the song Take Me Back came from, Khan. Let me see. Let's see here. Mashiach is the fulfillment of the law, Khan. The man say he come in the full volume, but that's what I love the book so. But he say, man, I come in the full volume of the book, and he said who the book was written of him, front to back. And it's also prophetic because even after the books after he came and left was still about him. Huh? So he did not only was he talking about then, he was talking about the future too. He come in the full volume of what we call the Old and the New Testament, because the New Testament is all about Mashiach. It's not about nobody else. Who's the New Testament about? The zigzag man, and that's not Mashiach. Let's not get it twisted. Zadak Yahoo.
Smitty a banger too.
Go ahead, bro. Huh?
I say that track by Smitty it's a banger too. That Take Me Back.
Do you have it? You can play it. Put it in rotation in the background. I'm not even playing anything right now because I'm reading these. I'm getting into this and I'm getting hyped because the family bringing these precepts, and y'all know what that do. You should be excited to be living in this time right now. This is the time that the apostles, they was arguing about. They wanted to see this time that we in right now. They was hoping that they was the ones to see it after all the stuff that they had seen. Let's read this precept from Zadak Yahoo, Hosea 13:14. I will ransom them from the power of Sheol. I will redeem them from death. Where, O death, are your plagues? Where, O Sheol, is your sting? Compassion is hidden from my eyes. And the King James would say, and I believe it would say death and hell, but that's a powerful precept right there. And like I said, I love it when you guys drop them precepts because don't nobody know this book like how the Father, he said, seal up the book until the time of the end. Now, did the book hit different now that you know that you're Israel? It should. I know it hit different for me. Question is, do we think that the Ruach can't do this job? Indeed, the Ruach can. That's the Ruach's job. Read this other precept, Isaiah 1:18. Come now, let us reason together, says Yah. Though your sins are like scarlet, they shall be as white as snow. Though they are red like crimson, they shall become like wool. That remind me of them saints that was asking the Father in Revelations, how long till you take vengeance? That's what that remind me of. I see them saints. They like, Father, how long will you before you whoop their tail for all that they did to us? And we're gonna be the ones to see it. Matter of fact, some of us is gonna be book say Israel is his battle axe and his weapons of war. Somebody can go get that precept. I know that's what the book say. I'll go find it if you can't find it. Israel is his battle axe and his weapons of war. Huh? That means that Israel gonna be getting busy on somebody. And I'm nonviolent, y'all. Mary, Matthew 5:13. Ye are the salt of the earth. Khan. That's the book right there. He says ye. He said, is it just, it says ye salt of the earth productions? No, it don't say that. Is it the ye are salt of the earth? The brothers are salt of the earth? No. This is the whole house, the northern and southern kingdom. The whole book people, the book people. It says the book people are the salt of the earth. That's what it say right there. But if the salt have lost his savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing but to be cast out and to be trodden underfoot of men. That sound like that remind me of that one brother who had his one talent. And what did he do? He hid it because he was afraid to get busy with it. And what happened to him? He got tossed into other darkness where there's weeping and gnashing of teeth. Smitty Q Paul, how you doing, brother? Shalom. Peace and blessings to you, fam.
Shalom, fam. How y'all doing?
Peace and blessings. All is well, man. All is well. Speak your piece,
All is
brother.
well.
Speak your piece. Good to have you on, man.
Oh man, good to be on with y'all, man. I actually got put under that quarantine, man. So I've been kind of battling a little bit here this last week or so, but could still couldn't pass up a chance to get on with you guys, man, and just fellowship with everybody. I haven't got a chance to be on with you yet, brother C.
Hey, man. Well, listen. The next show we do, man, you could be my very special guest. You could rock out with me as my co-host, man. I'm good like that. We could talk offline. You could. Hey, listen, man. Keep the conversations, man. Is over. I'll be dropping the link. I'll be telling y'all, hey, man, y'all want to jump on? Y'all jump on, man. I'm not. And even if I have a structured study, man, I drop the link in, man. Folks can jump on and speak their piece. That's what it's all about, fam. You more than welcome. Matter of fact, now that you mentioned it, you're gonna be special guests on the next one. And I know what we're gonna be talking about already, but me and you can rock out in behind the scenes and send an email to Salt of the Earth so that we could coordinate. But nah, the whole house is welcome to jump in and join on, brother.
Man,
And go
no, I
ahead,
was gonna
bro.
say I would just enjoy listening to you so much, man. Just coming from your standpoint, man, you keeping us accountable. Sometimes you want to just you want to just hear somebody telling you, man, how to be accountable and making sure that you're gonna be accountable. That's just, it's good to hear that from you. So a lot of times it's like it's literally like Big Brother talking to you.
Hmm.
Even though I might be almost as old as you.
we
But
pushing we pushing the big 60 over here, bro. For real. I'm
oh,
being
okay,
honest.
okay,
I'm
okay,
being
okay,
honest. I'm being honest.
okay, all right. But
But
yeah,
but
just
go ahead, bro.
no, I was just saying, man, it's just always good to hear you, big bro. A lot of times, most of the times on Wednesdays, I'm at work, at night. So that's why I'm always kind of listening from the background. But um, I'm always here, though. I'm always trying to listen. I hate when I miss a session, you know?
All praises to the Most High. And listen, I'll say this: I have a loyalty to my people, and I was told about this word, so I'm gonna go ahead and use it. I love our people, man, and hopefully, all praise to the Father. Hopefully, that resonates and people can hear it and feel it. But I love my people. I hate that my people had to go through what we had to go through, but Mashiach had to go through what he had to go through. And so,
Right.
all praises to the Father, man. And if anybody getting anything out of this, it should be that, hey, you know what? The brothers and the family, the brothers and sisters of Salt of the Earth Productions, they love their people
Yes, sir.
without anybody saying it. If I cross over, that y'all should be able to say, hey, you know what? That brother, he was hard on us sometimes, and he was mean, but he did love his people, and that's all he talked about. He talked about his people not being the tail no more, because our people are
Right.
great. Our people are great. We behind every nation coming up. We behind that, and we never got the credit for it. Every empire that rose on this earth from time immemorial rose because of us.
Right.
So there's greatness in Israel, straight greatness. And so right now, with the time that we in and everything that's going on, it will behoove us to cling to the Father and cling to his word. You need to be clinging to his word. And then looking in the mirror and looking at each other and it's okay. It's okay for me to love on my brothers. It's okay. It's okay not to for me to be mean mugging this brother over here. If I smile at this brother might we might be able to build something. You
Right.
know what I mean? So Israel need to be loving. We need to be loving ourselves before we even talk about trying to save a gent
Hmm.
or a pagan or a heathen. I
Right.
want some t-shirts made about the gent, and I also want some t-shirts made about the book people, the people of the book. I love saying that. We the people of the book. That you just say that to yourself when you get off the line. We the people of the book. Man, this book is our answers. It's us. It's not the heathen. It's not the fews. It's us. The Father was talking to us specifically and directly. He was giving our answers direct instructions for now and for later. That's powerful. Let me go ahead. Hey, right on, Smitty, for jumping in, and you can interrupt me and chime in anytime. I'm going to read this comment from Deconstruction. It's good to have you on, brother. Really do. And like I told you last time, I believe I told you that you working on the good ship work for somebody else. But ultimately, I could feel in your spirit that you're going to be ultimately working on the good ship, Smitty, at some point in your life. I already know that, whether it
Most
be here
definitely.
or in the wilderness.
Most definitely. Most
D.
definitely.
Collins. D. Collins, Second Maccabees 7. That was fire, Trust Cafe. The feelings are mutual, sis. In conclusion, with the reading by Brother Ebri made me realize that Hashatan is more involved than we can ever believe. You know what, D. Collins? You not only have that entity, but book says we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against powers, principalities, and rulers. And so when it's talking about those things, it's talking about the different entities. Now we all know that there's entities over certain areas that are responsible for certain areas. And that's why when you go into certain areas, you need to be girded up. As an example, if you go into LA, you need to be girded up. If you go anywhere on the planet, you need to be girded up. But some cities are more prone to violence than other cities, right? And it doesn't matter if it's white on black, black on black, whatever. And it's those entities that are ruling over those areas that are causing and wreaking all of the havoc. So you are absolutely correct when you said it. It's not only that entity, but it's a whole lot of other entities in that invisible realm that we cannot even see that's wreaking havoc on the earth. And trying to keep Israel off of focusing on the Father and focusing on this book, which is why they threw everything in the kitchen sink at us. Let me read this other comment. Marriott, they were not successful in keeping the book people in the camps. Khan. Now, when you say keeping the book people in the camps, when you say that, are you meaning the when you say camp like IUIC, GOCC, um, some of the popular what you would call camps of what I call wisdom and knowledge? And I'll say if those are the camps that you mean, then those camps will be we got a Russian in here, a Russian bot. I'm going to go ahead and block that user. Um, the camps did what they were supposed to do according to leading a lot of people into truth. A lot of people have come under the knowledge and wisdom of that they are Israel because of camps. Now, do I agree with all camp teachings? No, I do not. But what I will say is that when we see the charge that camps have done and the people that have come through, then it's going to be a whole lot of people. Now, this awakening the awakening is beyond camps because you have people all over the earth, the dispersed, those that went through transatlantics. They're talking about they Israel. And so because of that, it's like, okay, so this is bigger than any camp. This is bigger than what the ADL says and what the ADL says about our people. This is much bigger than that. It's much bigger than any camp. It's much bigger than any. Okay, so I see where you at. The awakening is bigger, and it's frightening for the heathen and the pagan, because they've always hid and ran from the question, well, what about the so-called blacks? And quite frankly, that question they've been fearing in all the nations that we've been scattered. Yash says, I'm not turning tired. Khan. Hey, brother, I'm non-violent. Whoa, record. I'm non-violent. Okay, so let's read what divine sees as what they call stumbling block. Khan, let's see here. Paula Lawrence, Sister Hilda has enough videos on the subject family. You could drop her link, Paula Lawrence. You could drop her link and have the family listen to it, because here we don't we'll big up any channel. Matter of fact, shout out to Big Red. Big, if you out there, shout out to you. Peace and blessings to you, fam. You've been putting in that good work. Big Red has been a guest on here a few times, and we'll probably have him on again. Big Red's been putting in work. But what we don't do here is we're not afraid to lift up our other brothers and sisters who do work in this particular area. When we talk about doing YouTubes or having channels or putting out information, I'll rattle off some. Sister Lisa Cabrera, she knows she is real. If you're not familiar with Sister Lisa, go on her channel. I typically will get my news feeds not from CNN. I use CNN, and I don't watch Fox, but I'll use CNN and local news as streams of information. If you watch your local news is really just built for the heathen to feel good about the life that they've built here in the United States. Nothing more, because they really don't put what's happening in your local area. And so I look at the news as entertainment. I get real news from sources like Professor Black Truth, Tariq Nasheed, and I don't agree with their eschatology or their belief system, no. But they give me information that I can use on what's happening to our people, because that's really the only news I'm concerned about. What's happening to our people. I'm not concerned about anything else. Although you can mix in a little bit of NFL if you like, but that's a different conversation. So let's see, Jason Black, and of course all of the Israelite channels. Lisa Cabrera is great for news, and there's a whole my brother Phil from the Advice Show. I listen to him, and I see a lot of you on these sites as well. So you guys know who I'm talking about. I'm not saying anybody who you don't know. And I also do support the different Israelite based channels on the internet as well, and I support them, whether it be financially or otherwise, just giving them likes and giving them thumbs up, and also mentioning them here, because again, we love our people. And we want to ultimately build with all of our people. There's no discrimination between men and women. All our women are definitely welcome. Sisters, if you ever want to jump in and say, Brother Cleo, you wrong, and here's why, you want to run me down, that's fine. Or you want to agree or disagree or whatever, or be like the Sister Trust Cafe, jumping on and dropping those bomb precepts, and go ahead and do that. So let me read a couple more comments. We are so disenfranchised and made to be afraid by these wicked heathen that we just didn't question Christianity. And you know what? We need to question everything about Christianity. I'm going to be doing some series, and I didn't know if I wanted to do them under KC or if I wanted to do on some of the other shows, or just solo away from KC. But I've got some shows lined up. I just haven't dropped them yet, but I got some stuff lined up, pointed, laser guided focus directly at the heathens, not only their version, but Christianity as a whole. The heathen has so polluted Christianity that an Israelite will look at it and believe that it's right when they haven't even done the research and gotten any of the background information on where this whole belief came from. Like, for instance, I'll throw one out there, the Rapture. Can the Rapture be proven with the book? The way that they've put it down. And they've got at least three flavors of the rapture. There's pre-tribulation rapture, mid-tribulation rapture, or post-tribulation rapture. If somebody has to speak or want to add to that, you can at any moment. You don't have to wait for me to stop. Go ahead and jump in.
I wanted to say something, if you don't mind, brother C.
Oh, absolutely. Jump on there, man. This is your house.
Yeah, so earlier when you mentioned about the local news was only created to make the heathens feel better about this kingdom they created. I was actually thinking the same thing about their Christianity too.
Mm.
You know, because it's really a socio-political construct. It's not really about the Mashiach. It's not really about the Most High. It's really designed to kind of even the playing field, or to make them feel as though it's even. You know what I mean? And so when you mention stuff like the rapture and all of that, that's just like a way of them giving each other the confidence to think that no matter how they act, no matter how evil they are, you know what I mean? They're gonna escape. It's like the great escape. You know, the way it's set up, like they've set it up, it's like this great escape. We can be as evil as we want to be. We can do what we want to do. But in the end, if we just believe, we're gonna get taken away, and we're gonna escape all the wrath, you know, and all that. Like Christianity, man, you know, and I know some people, some of us, we have the issue, you know, with the love that we have for some of Christianity because of the Bible, and because they've used the Bible, and there's so much in there that, you know, applies to us. It can get kind of confusing sometimes, and we get this kind of fondness, and it's hard to let go. We don't even know sometimes how deep that Christianity has been, you know, rooted into us. You know what I mean? And it's like it's just the whole thing is like I said, it's just like a socio-political kind of a format to where it just really nullifies true Israel. You know what I mean? And it makes us have to submit and kind of conform to this kind of new thing where, like you say, everybody, all the devils and the heathens get to go to heaven in the end, because all they got to do is just say they believe. And it kind of has us thinking that, you know, well, no matter what nobody does, we can't judge them because they might, you know, it's crazy. It's so crazy. It's just so crazy how, you know, how it's been set up to where there's this great escape in the end for them in this new Christianity thing. You know, I don't like to just, I know that some of us, the term Christianity, we like to think about the scriptures and, you know, and say, well, you know, they created a new Christianity. So if that's the case, that new one is garbage.
Hey, bro, let me say this right now. You must have been uh, uh, watching me today what I was reading earlier today. Because here's why. And this is gonna sound crazy as hell, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I just had a revelation as I was reading the Papal Bulls and it hit me that Christianity is really just a socio-political construct that was made for white people.
Yep.
And so it's made for them, and they can do all the wickedness and all that. I was reading the Papal Bulls, and
Wow.
it's plain as day that Christianity is a socio-political construct. It's got nothing at all to do with no religion, a real true religion, because their whole premise was politics. And I was reading this today, bro. And so that's why I say you must have been sitting over my shoulder, or we was tapped in or
We
something,
was
and that's
we
a
were
whole
tapped
different
in.
conversation.
We were
That's a
tapped
whole
in.
different conversation. We gonna have to bring Big Red on for that one. Big Red and E could
Yeah.
give us some leadership on that one. But now to your point, and this is something that we always talk about here. We have to wait. Okay, so we done been through everything that we've been through, right? Of recently slavery, right? And then Jim Crow, and then having our cities destroyed, and then trying to fight for civil rights, and then going through the crack era. I mentioned that because Reagan and them was talking about war on drugs, and Bush and them was talking about war on drugs, but really what they were saying is war on niggas. I'm being straight, keeping it a buck. But check this out. We done gone through all of that, and y'all been living deliciously, heathen. But then we looking for this rapture, but when we gonna get to live deliciously? We still have to wait for the sweet by and by. Huh? Who does that make sense to? Does that make sense to anybody in the chat? That we have to continue to wait for the sweet by and by while our enemy is living great, high on the hog and great and good and wonderful?
Well, I think we define Christianity, and one thing that I've grown to not respect about Christianity is the fact that they can't admit that, and when I say they, I'm talking about those who are in control of it. What they can't admit is that they putting themselves at the forefront, really. Just like the Most High chose Israel in the Bible. All throughout the scriptures, it's all about Israel. And so they've taken that concept and replaced themselves with Israel. But then what they do is they give the people this false sense of unity and equality. And they make it spiritual. So now under Christianity, there is no spiritual hierarchy. However, we're in the top. Everybody in the Bible looked like us, right? We in the top in the world, and in the world we live in, and we're going to use this as a construct, like you said, or as a means to keep ourselves in that position. And that's what I don't respect about Christianity, is disingenuous. And it's only when you start putting it in perspective that the realness come out, the real true spirit of what all that's about comes out.
That is a whole big old giant lie from the pit of hell. Sorry, bro. My bad.
I said that's just one of the many things.
Yeah. And so I'll say this, and I said it before. Strap in, get your popcorn ready, because there is a nuclear bomb coming, and it's pointed at Christianity, and it's going to blow that whole thing out of the water. It's going to blow Christianity. Matter of fact, you're going to look around and you're going to say to yourself, well, how was we even in this in the first place? And forget about, because I hear sometimes people make a distinction between white Christianity and black Christianity, or the slave masters Christianity, how they put it down, versus how blacks put it down in black Christianity. No, all 45,000 different denominations came from the same sources. So you can't separate what these sources were doing. It's all one big giant. It's like we say here, and everybody knows, it's the broad gate. It's nothing else but that. It can't be nothing else. It can't be right and exact, because if I didn't, it's quite simple. Mashiach said he came in the full volume of the book, but you guys take away books and say, okay, you don't have to worry about that part. Who does that make sense to on the earth today? If it makes sense to you, you have to be out of your mind. Mashiach told you that he came in the full volume of the book, which means that he came not only the books that was written, but he was also speaking prophetically as well. Because the other books that was written about him later hadn't been written. So you mean to tell me that you can take away um, the law, the Psalms, and the prophets, or just take away the laws. Just take away what Moses put down. You don't have to worry about them laws. Oh, those laws is done away with. Says who? Who told you that? Who bewitched you? That's witchcraft. That's sorcery. Somebody telling you that. I don't care who you are. I'm not gonna name no brother specifically, but if somebody telling you that, they a liar, and the truth is not in them. Point blank.
Man, brother you posted something the other day with the guy talking had all the people lined up, and it was lined up from the preacher down to grace, and when he was talking about if you take grace, if it was like what are you gonna do with Mashiach if you take away the law?
Hmm.
Oh, you talking about that Facebook post?
Yeah. What are you gonna do with Mashiach if you take away the law?
Yeah.
You know,
Like, what do you need grace for?
what do you need grace for?
Bring it out. I mean, it's so Christianity is so illogical. It's a wonder that even why the heathen still follow, but it's their religion. They made this up.
Yeah.
Go back. Okay. Go back. Okay. Every fam. This is what I want you to do. I'm giving you guys I'm giving you guys a lead in, and I'm not gonna go any further than that. Google the church fathers. Once you see that list, click on one of them and start doing research. Or no, even better yet, even better than church. Forget the church fathers. Google the papal bulls and start reading those. And then it's going to appear to you that, okay, so they do these papal bulls when they want to do political heinous acts to our people. Basically, that's what it boils down to. Giving them the right because the Pope is supposedly, and I put this in quotes, the representative of God on earth or is God on earth. And they recognize him as such. He's not my father on earth. He's their father on earth according to his father, right? And his father is not our father. You got you got a culture, that's the book. You got a religion, that's the broad gate, that's not book. And they're not compatible. And when I hear Israelites talk about they could be both, I'm like, how? Make it make sense. And maybe I'm off, man. Maybe I think I'm off. Tycee Roland, how you doing? Good to see you. The brothers from the Philippines. Nice to have you on board. Paul, I believe, yeah, Raph Wolf is somewhere lurking too. Raph, if you on, brother, you can jump on before we sign off because we signing off in a couple of minutes. Since we signing off in a couple of minutes, I didn't get a chance to get to all of the comments. I'm going to read Darnell's. Whoopi is in trouble for what she said about a certain group of people. Yeah, she said something about the fuse. She did. And what she was saying was really the way that I looked at it, it was true, but it was almost like, okay, you worried about everybody. Just tell it like it is that the heathen is wicked as hell. Just say that. That's easier. But what she said about what the one thing that really hit home what she said is two groups of white people. Whether you're talking about the heathen or you talking about the fuse. Well, those just two Europeans. And that was like, oh my goodness, that was like a salvo to them. It's like, well, wait a minute, we're more than just a religion. This is our racial construct. Really? How? You Ashkenazim. See, that's why I like Israel, because this is why I like messing with y'all. Because the books say even the very elect will be fooled by the foolishness that these heathens got going on. I can tell that none of these people in here gonna be fooled. I tell you that right now. That's not gonna happen.
She said that. She said that, and they got upset because that Holocaust is their claim to fame. They can't let nobody else equate themselves to what they went through. And for her to say that, it kind of tripped me out, because it's like, how can't y'all parallel that to what we went through?
What?
They wanna, when it comes to slavery and what we
Oh
went through,
boy.
they make light of it, and they make every other so-called minority group equal to our suffering. And the gays, they've been through just as much persecution as the blacks. It's because they're not telling you that was a borrowed movement. Most of that was a front movement, so that's why they telling you that. A lot of those so-called activists and all that was gays and lesbians themselves.
Yeah.
But they don't want to tell you that up front. They just want to come on the back end and claim all of this. We did this and we did that. But man, come on, bro. Y'all not
Okay,
keeping
so
up.
has anyone gone through anything worse than what Israel's gone through over the last 400 years?
Not according to the book.
Thank you. Because you said the key word that I like here. According to what? Say that again, please.
The book, man. They don't have
Not
to call that
according
a
to the
lie.
book. See?
You
And see,
call
they
me a
can't
lie
do
all
that.
day.
Huh?
So you call me a lie all day. When I show you that, call that a lie. I'm gonna just back up.
Yeah, because really you calling the father a liar at that point.
Exactly.
Huh?
I can't be no bigger lie than him.
Man, huh?
But it's like they've been calling the father a lie. And it's so weird because when you really look at what they've been doing, if you just really boil it down, that's literally what they've been saying, the whole time. Whenever they start saying that we not the people and it don't matter and whatever happened to us in slavery, it's all good, whatever, we're going to get out of here, we're going to get raptured and all this stuff that they made up. You know what I mean? They're basically saying that what they're saying is the truth, and what the book is saying is a lie. That's what
Ah,
they've been saying.
ah.
Whenever you really boil it down, somebody posted. I had to get on somebody on Facebook the other day talking about it was a heathen talking about we have a more perfect word in the New Testament. I'm like, man, how you gonna be so wicked? How you gonna be so wicked to try to turn the Most High word upon Himself like that? You know what I mean? Like you just that wicked, y'all.
I had to
So
go
they
on
got
mute.
that comfortable. They got that comfortable in this whatever this is they got going on that they're literally at the point now where they're ready to just you know just call the Most High a lie.
They
And
don't fear the Most High.
man, that's scary. That's like how do you get to that? To fix your mouth to even say that just lets us know you are the devil.
Hmm.
You know what I
Hmm.
mean? You the
This is how I
devil to
say it how
even
the
be
camp
able to,
said. I said how the
man.
camp said, you the devil that the Bible speak of.
Bible
Keep
speaks
going.
of.
Yeah. Well, also, Smitty, they've been doing that. But the thing
Man,
about it, they've been having us doing it with them. But now we
See?
know.
See?
man,
See? And E, that right there is a threat because now that you know you're not praying for them, you're not praying for this construct, and you're not forgiving them. That right there is powerful. I'm gonna read a couple of these precepts and we're gonna jump out. See, this is right here why I mess with y'all, Israel. This is why right here, John 4:22. You worship ye know not what we know, what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. You talk about salvation is of you Israelites. You
man,
Israelites that's putting it down. Laws was given to Israel to teach, and only Israel. That's book. That's book right there. You can't get around that. That's what the book says. Let me see. I'm gonna read Psalms for Image of Shiloh, Psalms 147:19. He showed his word unto Jacob. One of my favorite right here. He showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. Verse 20. He had not dealt so with any other nation. That's book. And for
man.
his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Father. And you know what was they about to know him. They
Mm.
about to know him. The uh, not the book of Jubilees. Um the book that we always bring out. I'm not gonna call it because I can't remember. But anyway, not only is they gonna know him, they're gonna feel him, and they're gonna get to know him for a millennia, per what the book say. We're gonna
Man,
reign with Mashiach. That's gonna be a beautiful time. I'm gonna read one more, then we're gonna sign out. Trust Cafe, Jeremiah 51:20. from the KJV. Thou art my battle axe. Oh, see there, see. Y'all gonna have me doing start playing some praise and worship music in here. Y'all keep on putting these precepts up in there. I keep telling y'all, I'm
Man,
calling them. Y'all putting them up. Y'all better stop, or we gonna go for 4 hours. I'm trying to be easy on y'all.
Brother,
I
can
be
I
trying
just
to
give
be
one
easy
more
on
and
you.
then I can be done and I'll be said my piece?
Go ahead, sis.
Just the last one, because ultimately, to answer your question, is Israel afraid to take the mantle? The
Mhm.
beautiful thing about our Father and His Word is that it doesn't matter if we're afraid or not, because according to Ezekiel 37 and starting at verse 21, He says, and say unto them, thus saith the Most High, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whither they be gone, and with and will gather them on every side, and bring them into their own land. And I will make them one nation, in the land upon the mountain of Israel. And one king shall be a king to them all. And they shall be no more two nations, neither
Mm,
shall they be divided into two kingdoms any more at all. Neither shall they defile themselves any more with their idols, nor with their detestable things, nor with any of their transgressions. But I will save them out of all of their dwelling places, wherein they have sinned, and will cleanse them. So they shall be my people, and I will be their Elohim. And so, because of that promise and so many others, whether we're ready or not, He coming for us, and He gonna
yes.
do it.
Yes.
dang,
Yes.
bring it
All
out,
praise
bring it
to the
out,
Father. All praise to the Father. That's what's
bring
happening.
it out.
Hallelujah. I love
Yes.
you all, and thank
Bring
you so much for opening up the floor to us. Y'all have a beautiful night, and
Oh,
shalom,
sure.
family.
No, hey, sis, you know you welcome here anytime. This your house. You know that, right?
Thank you, brother. I sure appreciate you. I sure
Peace and
appreciate
blessings. Peace and blessings. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna let the brothers have the last word. Then we're gonna sign off. Starting with I'm work from the bottom up. The sister gave her. Go ahead, Smitty. Go ahead and spit your last piece, brother.
Man, you know, just man, I want to say all praises to the Most High, of course. Man, I love you guys, man. I thank God for you. You know what I mean, and I'm glad to be standing beside you guys in the front of that line that's getting up out of here, as E say.
Mm.
And man, I just want to, and I want to remind everybody to I always remind these people, man, these heathens, that the Most High never told us that we needed to be grafted into them, because they run that game on us to make us think that we need to be grafted into the Gentiles, but the Gentiles need to be grafted into us. You know, and
Mm.
we need to start calling them out on that. You know, yeah, we just need to start calling them out on that, because the way they're going at it right now is they always like to make it seem like we need to be grafted into them. No, y'all need to be grafted into us. Yeah, and that's it. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Appreciate you, brother. Brother Yash, go ahead and speak your piece, and we'll close out with E. You will let E have the last words.
All right. I just want to say, man, this was a very thought provoking, and it was a fire conversation. You know, I mean, I was sitting in the background, just said, mm. Sister Trust Cafe got a good 4, 5, 6 in a row out of me, man, and
Woof.
the Most
Woof.
High was moving in this, man. He used you tonight, brother, and I thank you for opening up the floor, man. This we need to do well. Every time you get on there, you really challenge and stuff. So, but
Hey,
I just thank you, man. This was a fire conversation. I'm just blessed to be a part of this.
Khan. E, you could go ahead and close us out, brother.
Yeah, I just want to thank the Most High. Want to thank you for opening up the platform and having this discussion. I want to thank the family in the chat for chiming in. Y'all hit the like and share button. Share it with your family. Share it with other people you know have an ear to hear it. But have a blessed night. And for those who have to get up in the morning, have a blessed morning. May the Most High be with you throughout your day. Shalom.
And family, you know how we ended. This has been another Salt of the Earth Productions.